Okay, hi folks. Dane here at Jonah Custom Guitars. This is the Gibson that I was doing the partial fret job on. Well, I wrote it down here now, I don't remember. It's been a long day, sort of. CL-30 Deluxe Gibson. I did the first 5 frets. Anyway, I'll get the guitar back in the frame here in a minute, but I ran out of storage capacity on my iPad, so I'm trying to work with this old camera that we had, and I'm not even sure how this is all going to work out in the end, but we'll give it a whirl. So I've been thinking about, okay, so what you didn't see, because the tape ran out, the storage ran out right about the time that I was pounding in the 5th fret, talking about going to be anchoring the ends of the frets down, clamping them in place and anchoring them with water thin super glue or number 10 CA. And I kind of do that anyway, but these slots were, you know, they're used. It's a refret. They were seeming a little bit loose, so tacked those in with CA. Went ahead and edge filed everything. Not very interesting like this. I got it zoomed into the bridge, so it's like really big. Anyway, I'm just going to talk while I do this, I guess. So what I'm going to do is give you my version of how I string something up. In the meanwhile, I'll try to catch you up with what else I did here. I went ahead and cleaned everything up, polished the whole guitar. I tend to, when I'm doing a string here, put everything in at once. So I got my high E here. This is a set of 10s, nano webs. That's what the customer wanted. So I'll just put this, you know, all the strings in at once. This must be a used set. My customer said he had a set of strings in the thing. This must be a used set, I'm guessing. Or he broke a string and had to replace one. Okay, so this isn't used, so that's what I'm guessing there. I'll go ahead and put it in. I don't think there were any other strings in this case. But, so, G string. And as you can see this one, I just put them in, put the peg in, pull up on the string so the ball's all the way up under the, you know, under the bridge at the bridge plate, and you know, so that when you're tightening the string up, it doesn't have to pull it up through the bridge plate and the peg and everything. One of the reasons I'm doing a restring thing here, and I might just do a standalone at some point, just because there again, get the string in, the peg in, pull up until the string is, well, pulling the peg out with it. There we go. So up under the bridge plate. One of the reasons I'm doing a standalone stringing video is because of all the videos I've seen where people talk about, you know, go 2 fingers past the peg or 2 inches and cut it and this and that, and all the varying ways there seem to be, whether you tie strings on or, yeah, you know, what you do. Yeah, so I have this is just a standard Gibson, got Grover tuners on it, no locking anything. So anyway, getting the strings all in at once here. I really hate to put that one used string on, so I'm going to go ahead and do this much of it, and then I'm going to go search through the guy's case and see if he's got another string that hasn't been used already. So now we're gonna, now that all the strings are in the bridge, you can see that. I'm going to move the guitar back, or maybe have to move the camera around. Yep, got to move the camera. So bear with me. Gonna take you out a little bit. There we go. And turn the camera. Oops, wrong lever for that. I was really taking it easy and taking advantage of having the ease of the iPad. Alright, now let's zoom into the... See if that's pretty close, maybe too close. Alright, so let's try that. So, rather than, okay, here's the deal. This is what I do. Okay, I'm hoping you can see that okay. We'll, if that helps or not. Alright, so I just line this up so the hole's basically sticking out where I can see it from out here. And a lot of guys will do this. They'll go like, okay, I'm going to go to this peg, and they'll cut it, they'll stick it through and bend it up, and then they'll wind it, and while they're trying to hold pressure on all this string back here. So what I do, I've been doing this for a long time, and it seems to be just fine. Now, I shouldn't say it like that because that leaves a little doubt maybe. All I've got is just, see this string? I've actually got tension on the string. So I'm going to back it up a little, well, out a little bit so you can see more of the guitar. So I'm just pulling it out. I've got tension on the string. I'm not trying to pull it like it to tune or anything. And then I just take it and I just wrap it around manually. And on the Z string, I just go around one time, go back like this. Now I am going to zoom in a little bit here. Okay, so I'm one time around the thing. And I'm going to go through the hole. Go through the hole and I bend it up. Okay, turn the knob the right way. And then I just tighten it up. And I got this neck in with the truss rod and just a slight back bow. So until I get some string tension on there, probably going to get a rattle. Now I don't tie my strings. I change my strings often, and I've never had an issue even with a trim with string slipping. So let's do the A string. Same thing. I just get. Now, I don't know if you noticed in the previous video when this guitar came in, this string was actually on top of the peg, so we had put the owner had put the string through the hole and wound up. So this string coming off the nut was almost straight, just a little bit much. Way too much tension on the top of that peg head, tuning peg. Okay, so there again on the A, pretty much just once around and then through the hole. But I pulled the string out snug, go through the hole, pull the slack out, bend it up, then just tighten it up. Okay. D string. Get my hole turned around here where I can see it. Now D, it's a little thinner, so I'm going to go around a couple times, but I'm not having to gauge, how many fingers or inches past the peg I am. I've just got it right there. I just hit the peg, go around a couple times. Get it back through the hole. I found this works really good too when you're, in kind of a time crunch, because if you're playing and you break a string, you don't have time to try to work all that geometry out on the fly, this far past, but it just takes a lot longer to crank things up. And when you're playing out, you're not going to have the little fancy winder thing, right? So there again, these coil, wound strings, they tend to just slide up the shaft there and lock that string right in without having to worry about the hole. So now, once again, I'll line this up. Now, I'll probably do it on this one because it seems like I typically do this. Now on a G, it's a little thinner. Again, 1, 2. I'm going to go ahead and do a third turn on that, which according to the way we did the other side, is really only 2.5 because I'm going through this side of the hole that I can see. So I didn't go all the way around, which would have been a third complete wind, if that makes any kind of sense. Okay, and alrighty, and then this E string, and then I'm gonna just tune up with what I've got on here, and I'll go searching for this string off of after the video's done. So now the non-wound is a little different, and that I'm just gonna go 1, 2, 3, and I can't say that I usually count these. I just go until it feels right. But there's 3, 4, 5. Let's go 6 winds. Shove it down through. Now this will be even easier for those of you who are sighted. Okay. All right, so popping the tuner on here. This is being with the guitar line, and I'll tune it with it sitting up and all that, but for now I'm just going to do it right here on the bench. Just got one of these little clip-on tuners. Just standard tuning here. Okay, so got it tuned up to pitch just once rough, and then I'll typically just take them and I'll have all 6 strings on, but I'll just play it, bend them, and I'll even take the strings and just kind of pull them like that, and it just gets everything pretty much stretched out. But I'll run some scales and do some pretty neat bends on things, and then just go through again. always tune up to pitch. Now see, I don't know if you can, no, you're not looking at that anymore. Okay. There it is. See the tuner? It's actually sharp. Yeah, my hand's probably in the way. But anyway, you go below, and then you tune up. So you don't have any backlash, slack in the tuner. I have had people come in and had problems with the guitars not staying in tune and found out it was nothing more than people tuning down to their correct pitch rather than up to pitch. And it just doesn't work that way. Okay, that's rattling. Afraid this first fret's a little higher than the one that used to be in here. I didn't want to have to grind a lot of meat off everything to bring it all down like that, so check. Yeah, that's what's happening. So I'm either gonna cut a new nut for this guitar or something. I hate shimming nuts up. You can, I don't like shimming bridges up either, but at least you can't see a shim under the bridge. So let's see. Okay, let's turn this around. And let's see what kind of trouble I can get into. I know my string gauge was right around here somewhere. Uh-oh, so much for the perfect guitar. Oh, there it is right there. Now, let me try something. All right, so well, can't really see anything. Squeak, squeak. So here we are. I'm just checking this string height just to see where I ended up at, because there was a little teeny shim under the wherever that's at. There was a shim 20 thousandths thick under the saddle, and so I haven't checked this since I've gotten the strings up. The relief looks to be about right. Seems about right. I'll measure it with a straight edge, but it looks normal. So anyway, truss rod should be good, and I'm still a little higher than I wanted to be, although I'm actually lower than what the customer is asking for originally, or what he brought it in, I shouldn't say asking for. He wants me to put it where I like it, which means I need to go down another 64th. So I'm looking at about 5.5 64ths on an acoustic guitar, which probably isn't enough to get excited about. And I'm right at 4, just a fuzz under 4 on the high E string. So if I shave this thing, shave the bridge at all, saddle, excuse me, shave the saddle at all, you know, I mean, I can do that. And so the formula is approximately twice on the saddle as what you want to come down. So I would take a 30-second off the saddle. Could definitely do that without hurting anything. And I wouldn't take it off the E string, the high E string side. I don't know that you'd be able to see under there anyway, but I would just take it from 0 on the high E to 32nd on the low E. Should drop this down approximately a 64th. I got nothing rattling, which means my fretwork is good. Everything went well there, and so that's the bottom line. I just have to decide whether I actually want to do that or not. So I'm going to go find a B string and put that on, and that's it for this guy. There was actually also a complaint that his electronics on this were doing something strange, and I took things apart, took everything apart, and have not, you know, could not find, trying to get up here, there we go, could not, okay, could not find anything amiss in the electronics on this guitar. So I'm going to take it to a mixer and plug it in and see what I can. It plays fine through my amp. So that's it. Well, I needed to look this up and tell you what year it was. I'll look it up and I'll post that when I load the video. Anyway, so Gibson Acoustic 6-string mustache bridge. A lot of nice abalone inlay work on it. Anyway, done. Like I said, go find a B string and get it finished off that way. I haven't decided if I'm going to shave that bridge for that extra 64th or not. I will, because it's just the way I am. Can't let it go. Thanks.